Hi guys, and welcome back to the Beach Channel. You're watching South Florida Homes, and we're talking everything real estate today. I'm Lucy Bernard. I've got my dog here, famous Moo Moo, who looks extra pink today. And we have a special guest, Ashley Gonzalez from RSVF.
RESF.
I knew I'd done it wrong, but I'm going to keep it at that. Because
It's okay. RESF.
I knew as soon as I said it. RESF. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Anyway, so welcome on the show.
Thank you.
I know that you're a realtor, but you also have your master's
Yes.
in a lot of things. So you're definitely up there when it comes to brains, I would say. So tell me all about it. I know real estate here in Miami is many people have their licenses. Whether they're practicing or not is a whole different story. But it's tough, isn't it? It's a tough industry to get into.
It is. I mean, to get into it, I would say very easy, but to be in it, it's very competitive.
Yeah.
And you have to know how to continue being on top of the game, being different from everybody, standing out, being, on top of mind, just being in front of people's faces pretty much. You know? It's always about following up, being consistent. And if you don't have that from the beginning, then it's going to be hard to get into that.
I agree. I can remember spending like first few weeks, months crying all the time because I didn't actually want to go into real estate.
Really?
Because I've always been on the other side of the camera. This is my I had a real estate show on real estate. So I was like, I might as well get my license. Yeah. And that was difficult to get because I haven't been back to school in years. So it was, and it's not easy. It's not an easy exam and things to pass. So there's a lot of things, and I just couldn't find my way. I started pre-construction first, which was really intense. I'm tough, but not when it comes to like home.
I would think you guys are really tough.
I'm a really tough person, but when it comes to like groups of women working in a certain area that aren't very helpful and bitchy, I just put me off. Yeah. So I had different, experiences, but I think for me, it's finding the right broker. And it doesn't have to be a broker that has a huge name. I'm with a broker she's very, very successful.
The name means nothing.
Yeah. But they help you. You can call for anything. We have meetings every Thursday. We can go and have sandwiches and talk. And that's what I like. And you don't feel stupid when you ask questions.
Which is exactly why I like RESF, where I'm at, especially George Guerra Jr. and his wife, Dino Guerra. They are, so into the industry. They're very well known. They sit not only at a local level, but a state level and a national level. And even if they're away or at conferences, they will pick up the phone or pick up the text and if you need help, they will help you, know? And, not only are they always at the office as much as they can be, but they're just there. Yeah. And they want to see all of their agents doing great. It's not just they have their favorites. Which you have that in some places. And that's in every industry as well. Not just in real estate, but they genuinely want their whole brokerage to just grow, and it's just amazing to just really see how both of them love the industry and just love what they do. So, and it shows, you know, and that's why I really love being here. And it's so hard for me to even think about leaving because you're not going to get what you get there anywhere else, at least for me.
So you've been with them for 5 years?
No, I actually have been with them for about, I think it's almost 3 years now.
3 years.
But I started at Avanti Way Realty, which, they did give me a amazing first year and a half, almost 2 years that I was there. And, the education and everything was amazing there. Yeah. I'm not going to take that away. And my first year was great, you know, in a sense that the mentorship that I got was, a good start for it. Yeah. But just being at RESF, I just feel more myself, more Ashley.
It's funny because I went to Coldwell Banker for a very short period of time. My friends were there. And I'm not a person that can sit behind a desk 24/7. I'm not. I was a model for 20 years. I traveled the world. I'm like very, I like to be spontaneous. I like, it's difficult. So when they were teaching us, and they're really, really good, but it would go in one ear and out the other because that's my brain. I'm more successful when I meet people in real, talk to them, make
life.
them laugh, make them feel funny. I'm not the one that can send an email. It's just everyone's different. And the clients that I've had in the past have always commented that they like to work with me because of who I am and how I treat them. And I'm funny and a lot of things I don't know. And I'll be up and be honest about it. But they judge, they trust my judgment. So
you're authentic.
Yeah.
And that's what they like. And that's why people connect with you. And that's how I try to be on my social media. You know, I try to show what I am, who I am, how my life is, what my life is, what it consists of, obviously to a certain extent, right? But I still try to show as much as who I am, because if I don't show who I am, I'm not authentic, and then that's not true to my work.
No.
And I'm not going to attract people that are going to want to work for me for who I am truly, and you're not going to connect with the client if they're not who somehow, you know, you are, you know. Or
we were just talking about it earlier, you know, with the fine line of posting your real life, but then not letting it interfere with finding the client that, unfortunately, if the wife gets a little bit, not jealous, but I don't want to be working with this girl that's, you know,
any type of drama for no reason. Or any negativity to the transaction. Like, I'm here to help both of you in a sense, because you're going to be in here too. So, you know, like, let's try to work as a team.
Exactly.
I'm here for you guys. Like, I'm just trying to close something, you know, like, I'm trying to continue. You want something? Let's make it happen. Let's find the perfect place and let's move on. Like, I'm not here for a man. I'm not here for your man. I'm here to get this listing in my pocket and just close the deal. Like, I'm here to work. That's it, you know?
It's true.
I don't need that.
It's true.
You know, I'm very far from that. I have way too much on my hands to be even thinking about anything else. Like, the transaction is going to be stressful enough. I don't need more stress added to it, you know?
But I'm sure you've had the kind of creepers that pretend they're and it's so I cried once. It really upset me because he had no intentions of buying anything and let me show him around all these places.
Wasted your time.
And at the end of it, tried kissing me. After I was getting into an Uber. And I actually wrote and said, you had no intentions, did you, of buying a house? And I just feel and he was an older man. And I felt really upset and just very disappointed. And everyone kept saying, but that's Miami for you. And I thought, well, you got to keep going. But it does. It's like, you pick yourself back up.
Yeah, it really takes, you know, motivation away. Or just you want to continue working and or etc. You know, so I have had some people, you know, to not say any more names to that. But it, you know, and it truly is sad, you know, when other people are just like, oh, but you know, that's what you get. You're a girl, la la la. Like, oh, this, that, and like, no, why do I have to get that just because I'm a girl? You know, I don't need to. I'm here to work. And if you want something, work. If you want a woman, either you go to the strip club and pay for it, and then or you go find it at the bar. Whatever it is.
And if they say, would you like to go for lunch or a drink? Once it's finished and everything's done and the deal's been done, the money, everything,
that's different.
Then that's a whole different story. But not
if you're being disrespectful from the beginning, like, just don't waste somebody's time like that. That's,
I know,
in the beginning, that's not attractive. It's not cute. And if you think that's how you're gonna get a person, then you just need to read a book in order how to get a woman.
How to find that's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work that way. Look at podcasts. I don't know what it is. Look at movies, what it is. But you know, people have lost that sense of how to correctly communicate or meet some people, and I don't know I don't know what to blame that on, or
I really
can't
don't
really
know
blame
either.
it on either, or something. But you know, people really need to get into that connection again into their head on how to really connect and communicate with others, because it's unattractive.
It's very unattractive.
How to
it is
communicate or communicate with somebody correctly, because you're not gonna get anywhere that way. You're gonna be called names. You're gonna be called weird names, you know. So you don't want to be associated with that. You want to be a good person. You want to be known as a good person. I mean, it's okay to be a little weird. I'm a little weird. We're all a little weird, right? But you know, it's to a certain extent.
It's our professional, our profession, and kind of I have respect for it, you know. So I'm looking at your listing.
Yes.
Where is your listing?
It's in North Bay Village.
And how did you get it?
So I actually got it this year new.
Wow.
I had another listing in the same building, and the owners wanted to kind of just see how I had that listing up. And it's funny, they kind of looked like they were the tenants. So they're like, oh, you know, actually I'm here to just kind of want to bring you a listing. I was like, oh,
Wow.
okay. All right. Perfect. I mean, yes, that's amazing, you know? So it was just funny how they went about it. I feel like I got a little tested in a way. But, you know, I always try to treat everybody with the utmost respect, the highest service. I always tell everybody, I'm like, you have to talk to everybody and anybody the right way because you don't know what they're going to bring you or what connections they can bring you. And this is a perfect example of that, you know?
So they'd seen you sell or handle a prior apartment in that building.
Yes. I was handling a prior apartment.
Okay.
Yeah. And they saw that I've been doing a good job. They liked how I handled myself and yeah, I guess they just really, I connected with them. You know, it was the mom and a son. They were from Brazil.
Oh, nice.
I don't know Portuguese, but I can understand it a little bit. So I was kind of understanding a little bit. So she was like, oh, you know Portuguese? I was like, not too much. I just know, I understood you a little bit, you know?
Just enough. A new
so
words.
She was like, oh my God, you're so nice. So, you know, so I saw their apartment. I was like, I would love to list this.
How many bedrooms?
2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms.
And it looks really big.
Yes, it's a corner unit. So you have 2 balconies, a lot of natural light, as you can see.
Yeah.
That's literally all sun in there, barely any lights.
Did you say it was in Hollandale?
In North Bay Village.
North Bay Village, yeah.
It's okay. In the Grandview Palace. It's an amazing building.
Yeah, I love the area.
I feel like I mean, every year I'm always coming back here to list something. So I love working with the building. They're super quick, amazing. They have a beautiful view. They have the pier. You know, every morning you'll see either the dolphins in the pier. So it's really nice. People really do enjoy walking around the islands. So it's a really nice, beautiful place. I mean, the kitchen is my favorite.
And what's the HOA?
The HOA, well, I mean, you're not paying any HOA. So this is a rental. It's for lease for $3,700. It's fully furnished.
Oh, wow. That's a good price.
Mm-hmm. Yes, fully furnished. You have, I mean, the owners are interior designers and architecture. So they put every single ounce of detail to work in here. I mean,
that's amazing.
It's beautifully furnished in my eyes. I would take this myself, but you know, it would be great for either 2 roommates that are looking.
Is that both of the bedrooms there?
Yeah, this is a second bedroom.
So is that a second bedroom? So it's kind of like
it has like a little divider. I guess it would more be. You can use it for more privacy, and then you have like a little semi, living area and a little desk area. So, I mean, you can put it however you want. At the end of the day, you have a lot of storage, a lot of closet space. You have beautiful views from the east and the west of Miami, so you get the sunrise and the sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. I love it. And you have a huge pool. It's big enough for swimming laps.
Wow.
A huge hot tub as well. They even have a nice concession stand by the pool.
Really?
So yeah, you have, nice little snacks and drinks.
That's
on the daily. So you feel like you're on vacation 24/7.
I really, really like that. And I love the plants and how they've, I mean, like you said, it's natural lighting, so you don't really need to put a lot of light in there.
You don't. And the great thing is that at night, they have LED lights throughout the walls. So you can put, everything dark, just so little lights on. And
wow.
It's like very relaxing. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Whoever's interested.
Fantastic. I know. It's, do you have any really cool stories or funny stories?
Oh my God, I have crazy stories. It really depends on where we want to go. I mean, we can just talk about one really crazy one. I guess recently. I mean, I don't like talking too bad about people, but it just really goes to show you how there's a lot of agents that either just don't do their job correctly, or just how many agents are in the industry in Miami that just shouldn't have their license, period.
I know.
There's over 60,000 agents, and maybe about 10% or less actually do, the work full time, and how it's supposed to be done. And, this agent pretty much cost me this client. I've been trying to get them back into, searching for their first home again, but they kind of got a little discouraged. The agent wasn't disclosing things from the beginning. Weeks in, we come to find out there's violations and liens on the home.
Oh.
And, dealing with that as a first-time home buyer, that's the first thing that you learn you just don't do, period, with a first time home buyer. You know, getting into a house that has violation of liens, that's too much money to be wasting for them, you know, and time.
Yeah.
You know, you want to come into a home and you want to be free and clear of everything, especially it's your first home. You know, this person was negotiating me on giving me details that I needed from inspection. A month later, oh, why do you need the general contractor information?
Wow.
Because you need to disclose that to me, point blank, period. There's just no ifs, ands, whys, buts, nothing, you know, at all. We've negotiated a law. I even had to give up a percentage of my commission in order to make this deal work and negotiate. The house was listed $80,000 over appraisal value when we got the appraised value back. Even with that, the paper, the report, the owner did not want us budge to negotiate, to bring the price down. Nothing. It was the craziest thing I've ever dealt with in the almost the 5 years being. And I was like, how can somebody, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if the person did not know how to communicate correctly to their client, was not communicating correctly to me. And that's why communication is big in everything.
I know.
Everything, people, communication.
So it didn't work?
No, the day of closing, we had to cancel.
Oh.
The day of closing. The day that we had to be in the table type, send cancellation notice.
And that was his fault. It served him right.
If we would have had good communication from the start and figured out a good way to meet in the middle and make it work, we could have made it work.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, sometimes a home is not going to close in 30 days.
No.
Or in 60 or in 45. You know, sometimes some deals really are sunshine and rainbows. You know, sometimes it really does work out. I have had those, you know, but there are times where it's going to take probably 3 months or 4 months or 5 months to close.
Yeah.
Because things happen, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know, and our job really is to problem solve, right? There's a problem. How can we solve it? How are we going to get around it? We can't just back away.
Yeah.
We can't. We have to sometimes you have to, right? Sometimes you do have to learn to back away, right? But there's times where you really learn how to find a solution or find that solution and get around it, right? But there was no ever getting around any type of solution. Once there was a bump we would get over, it was another one coming down. And I was just like, Lord, what? You know, what is going on? And honestly,
can you sell on a house that has a lien?
You could sell, but either the buyer would have to pick up, you know, where the lien is, pay it off, you know, do everything. Or you work out a deal, you know, with the seller where you close the home and they continue, you know, going on with the lien, closing it off with the city, whatever they have to do in order to do. And you hold somebody in escrow. There's different ways to get around it, right? But that's if your buyer and your seller agree to whatever they want to do to continue with this. You know, it could be a headache, right? So it depends, you know. I just wouldn't suggest it for first-time home buyers. It's the first thing.
Was the house nice? Was it? It was a really nice
townhome. I'm not gonna lie. It was very nice. It was really nicely done too. It had just like this, you know, wooden aspects around the home. It felt really like, you know, very calm, relaxing vibe. It had a cute breakfast nook. You know, the stairs were really nicely done.
And that's so sad when you fall in love with a home and then all of that crap comes with it.
You know, sometimes you just can't get emotional with things a lot. And even though that I really knew this person, this client, you know, I really wanted it to work out. And, you know, I also wanted to have a plan B in place because that's just the type of person that I am. I like to have things in order and just plans in place.
So they're the ones that you're now trying to find the home again, but they've become just a little...
I mean, we haven't started the process again. I'm trying to see and hope that they would start the process, and I'm praying and hoping that they would, you know, but it all depends. I mean, I'm not the type of person that I'm going to push you to the certain extent that, let's go. You know, if you don't want to, I'm going to back away for a little bit. And then when you're ready, you're ready.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to back away too much, you know, but I don't want to be super pushy. I'm not doing this for the money either. You know, I want this to work out for them. It's a first time home.
And that's the thing as well with you. You obviously care about who you have, your client. Most people don't, and they really don't.
I could be a little emotional, but you can't be emotional in the business. But, you know, I do care. I care a lot for my clients, and I care a lot to make it work, you know? And I want to make it work. That's my job.
Yeah.
You know? So, and I want to put a smile on people's faces. I could say I am a people pleaser. I am. I love to make people laugh. I love making people smile. You know, that's
wonderful.
My thing. I love that. So having that not work out the way that it did and leave them with a sour taste, I don't like that.
No.
That's not how I work, you know, and I was trying to make anything possible to do, but sometimes there's just certain things I can't
it is what
make
it is.
work.
There's nothing you can do.
Sometimes it is what it is.
It is what it is.
You know,
and that's the thing.
And we had to walk away, you know. And I'm just hoping and praying that I could kind of change the ending for them.
I'm sure you're
trying to figure it out.
Like you said, give them some time. But do you work in all types of markets, or like luxury, like high-end luxury markets? Like what do you normally gravitate towards?
So
like your little niche that you like.
My little niche, actually, it's getting into commercial.
More and more people are doing commercial.
Yeah, that's exactly why I got my master's.
I was just about to say, with your master's, it's the best thing you can do.
Yes, I got an international real estate at FIU.
Wow.
I did the Hollow School real estate program. It was amazing.
But it was really difficult.
I wouldn't say difficult. It just was a lot of work, you know, a lot of work, a lot of reading, a lot of case studies, research, projects. The great thing is that everything was done in a group setting. So I
guess that helps a
lot. It helped a lot, you know, it helped a lot with everybody being able to pick up and come together, you know. So that was the best part. But other than that, I mean, I want to get my CCIM, my Certified Commercial Investment Management certification.
Then you'll have to come back on because we're almost at the end of the show.
Yes,
I know. I always say this.
So much
feels
to talk.
like it just, So when you do that, we'd love to have you back on the show and talk about commercial, because that's something totally different for us.
Yes.
Well, congratulations on all of that.
So
it's true that hard work definitely pays off, 100%.
It does. Hard work does pay off.
But you'll have to definitely come back to us. So thank you for watching the Beach Channel, South Beach Homes. And thank you so much, Ashley, for coming on. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
And you've given us a lot of insight, and especially for new people starting out. Yes. So thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me.
And stay tuned. We will be back.